We're going back international in today's experiment where we have flip reversed the youth generated players of sorts. I've given 1 youth rating for some of the best nations on the game and 200 youth rating for the worst nations on the game, with an attempt of making the status quo of world football change forever. Will it? Well, let's go and find out, shall we? So here we go then. Here are the world rankings, and let's just click on Brazil, who have the best youth rating on the game, or they did. Current youth rating of 1, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, if we go to Romania, for example, again, they've got a youth rating of 1. So I think where have we gone down to? Bolivia, still got youth rating of 1. I think it's about here. So Bolivia, Zambia. Avram Grant in charge of Zambia. 1. Gabon. 200. Right, there's the cut-off point. So there we go. Then the top 83 nations have got 1 youth rating, and everyone below Gabon, from 84 downwards, have got 200 youth rating. So the reality of it is the youth players should be coming from these teams, and in theory, they should help them progress to the top of world football. Will it happen? I don't know, but it's going to be a fun one regardless. We've gone over 150 years as well, so I think what we'll do first is we'll have a quick look at the shortlist, and as you can see here, all the big nations here. Who are you expecting to see? England, Portugal, Brazil, Holland, France, Germany, etc. Should we go through, should we go 10, 15, let's go 15 years to allow some youth players to come through and maybe see some of the best players in world football being from some of these more obscure nations. I've got the second nationality in there as well, because I feel that some of the players might be from a nation and they might declare for essentially a better nation. Like, if you're from San Marino, you might declare for Italy. So I want to see the second nationality to see if the big nations are poaching those players as well along the way. So let's go through 2038, 15 years. Right, so in terms of current ability, the best player in the world is Lamine Yamal at 180. Hendrick, Luis Guilherme, these are all real players. These are all real players. So, oh, here we go. Shotaro Fujiwara, playing for Man City. Signed from Liverpool, £22.5 million. That doesn't seem a lot for 4 years ago. He would have been pretty good 4 years ago. Although Liverpool didn't really play him. I feel like he's improved quite a lot at Man City. Here we go then. You've got Chile. Again, Chile, I believe, are, youth rating of 1. So a young player coming through from Chile, it's one of those things, isn't it? You're going to get the odd player coming through. But you've got Spain, Brazil, they're all coming through here. Not a lot has changed, to be honest. Mali have got a youth rating of 1. So their second nationality here of Ahmed Diawara, who's got a main nationality of Spanish, doesn't really make a difference at all. We're just scrolling down the leagues. And here we go. Jordan Otley at Gibraltar. Finally, a good player come through from Gibraltar. And now they have got 200 youth rating, almost certainly. Yes, they have. 199 now, so they've dropped. In terms of the world ranking, not a lot has changed in this. I've not seen any teams that are really sort of flying the flag and being up there. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what the top 60, 70 of them looks like. So some of these teams could have been in there. Some of these teams might not have been in there. So very difficult to see at this juncture. In terms of the World Cup, well, it's been England and France twice. So a bit dull there in terms of the opening competitions. And the Euros has been won by France, Italy, England, and Spain. Ukraine getting to the final there. So nothing out of the ordinary happening at this juncture. The best player we've seen is Gibraltar. We've got Mike Morgan, who's also a Gibraltar player, who's actually declared for England. But they're only in the 160s. They're not high enough to be really game-changing. So many here for Brazil, Spain, and all these nations. So the first 15 years really haven't done anything at all for us, have they? I mean, this could be quite a dull experiment, to be honest, if we keep going like this. Let's go another 15. Let's have a quick look at Ralph, because I'm sure he's going to be gone. He's already gone. Was he manager of Austria? He was. He was only there for a year. Got sacked. I wonder what he did after that. Anyway, 2053. Okay, so 180 is the best player. And Octavio Canhembe, a Mozambican. What are Mozambique saying? They've got 200 generator players, and they're in the top 79 in the world now. They're 79. So, things are starting to happen. Not loads, though. I mean, you've got Switzerland, Senegal, Sweden. These are all teams that have got 1 youth rating. Almost certainly. I mean, I could go and... Let's have a quick look at Switzerland. I mean, there's no way Switzerland are below 80th in the world, are they? No. They've got the 1 youth rating. They're 18th in the world now, actually. Again, not a lot happening as we scroll down. It's just all the big teams. It's just all the big hitters. And that is a shame. That is a shame indeed. I mean, you've got Algeria here as a nationality, Portugal's second nationality. So they're actually declaring for some of these smaller nations. But again, I'm just going down the list and I'm seeing nothing. Nothing at all. Gibraltar again, locking up in the 160s. But again, they're equal 76th in the world. They've risen, but they're not done loads, have they? They've not done loads at all. Will Still is in charge of England at 60 years old. And who's won the World Cups? Well, again, last 15 years, it's been Brazil twice, England and Spain. Poland second, Wales third place twice. They've got a youth rating of 9 now. Okay, so the dynamic youth rating is changing somewhat. What's Brazil saying? Gabriel Barbosa's in charge of Brazil. Still got a youth rating of 1. So Wales have risen from 1 to 9. Brazil is still at 1. What's England saying? They're up at 2. So how have Wales risen to 9? Mental. Anyway, Scotland runner-up, Wales third twice, Poland runner-up. Mikel Arteta's in charge of Spain at 70. And Wales have won a Euros in 2040 and run-up in 2044. So a golden generation of Welsh talent. Spain with a couple of wins, Portugal, England with a couple. It's just one of those things, isn't it, that nothing really has happened so far. And Wales are currently 5th in the world ranking. And in terms of the current ability, I mean, the Wales squad at 5th in the world is not really that great, is it? 151 is their best player. Drew Davis. Is that any good? I'll be honest with you. This is a very distinctly average team. World ranking. Who's the best? Who's ranked best in the world? Right, Brazil. Gabriel Barbosa's in charge, of course, as we've said. And there you go. They've got loads of players, a few in the 170s and 160s. But isn't it funny? When we did the max youth rating for every nation, we had loads in the 190s all over the shop. When we did minimum youth rating for every single nation, we were sort of topping out at like 178, 180 for nearly every single time we jumped back in. That seems to be what's happening now, even though we've got 200 youth rating for a lot of nations. The best player in the world is at 180. That's twice in a row. Let's have a look at the potential ability. Okay, so we've got an Ecuadorian here, Washington Torres, 19 years old, potential ability of 193. He's driven, so in theory, he should get there. He should get to his potential of 193. Will he, though? Not too sure. He might still be here in 15 years' time when we come back. Andy Doyle at Gibraltar, 186, 16 years old. He's fairly professional. Again, he should potentially make it. But other than that, we've got a 182 here, Juan Grassi, Italian/Argentinian, at 21, fairly determined. He's got a pretty good personality type, actually. He's on the upper end of fairly determined. He's a very weird player. He can play wing-back left, central midfield, attacking midfield right. Okay, whatever. And then 3 players at 180. Again, and there's Octavio Canhembe, which we've seen and looked in on to begin with. So, yeah. Khalid Al-Sharaf, Libya. I would have thought Libya have probably got a good youth rating. Yeah, 200 or 199 now. Up in 44th. So here we go then. The world rankings as we see at the moment. We've got Wales in 5th, Morocco in 7th. Anything else out of the ordinary coming down here? Indonesia up in 21st. They've got 200 generated players, Indonesia, so they have risen quite well. That might be the best team, the highest ranked team. They've got 200 youth generated players. Quite a lot of the teams that have got 1 youth rating are slipping down. Germany down here in 46. That's pretty awful for Germany. I'll tell you why. I'll also tell you why Wales and Gibraltar seem to be the team that are coming through the most. They're the only leagues I've got loaded. I only loaded a couple of leagues because I wanted a bit of speed on this experiment. I wanted speed for simulation. And Wales and Gibraltar have got quite short league seasons with very few teams. So I thought it'd be the quickest. And it gives me the opportunity to have 2 different teams. One with 1 youth rating and one with 200 youth rating. So yeah, they're both fair. But, you know, actually having the league loaded has helped Wales get to 9. So that will be why. That will be why. There's the detail. Hang on. And there's the leagues. There's the leagues. Just to show you. There's the oh, I'm in the way. Estimated game speed of 5-star because, yeah, we wanted a quick simulation because going over 150 years, it does take a bloody long time. So another 15 years then. Let's go to 2068. Hey, there's Washington Torres, the Ecuadorian, who is now at Barcelona. He went there for free 15 years ago. And he almost certainly did get to his potential. He's 180. So he's certainly done very, very well. And he's the best player in the world at this moment in time. So 193 potential being the best. Andres Crankshaw for Man City at 179. Quite a few players at 179. Let's look at the potential. Gabriel Bonfanti at 22 years old. He's resilient. He's at Barcelona. He's only at 161 out of 190. Andy Doyle, Gibraltar, 186. Yeah, we've seen him. But then just going down here, there's not a lot, again, to speak of. It is what it is, isn't it? Again, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Not a lot is happening. But we have had a change, somewhat. Ghana have won a World Cup. How have Ghana? I mean, Ghana had 1 youth rating. That doesn't even prove anything, does it? They're currently 5th in the world as well. Ghana, I don't know what's happened. I don't know how this has happened either. And they've come 3rd in a tournament as well. Euros, Portugal, Spain and France. France run up twice and Portugal once. So Euros has just been dominated by the bigwigs. The World Cup, though, as mentioned, Ghana won the last one and they came 3rd this time around. Wales were 3rd in the 2058 tournament. So, yeah, it's the 3rd time Wales have finished 3rd. What's their youth rating saying now? Up at 11. They've dropped from 5th to 11th in terms of world ranking. They are now outside the top 10. As I say, Ghana up in 5th. They're doing quite well. And yeah, there's not a lot really to sort of speak about. Underwhelming. The youth generation has not really affected things in a positive way. The min youth rating has affected things in a negative way because they're not generating enough youth players. Unfortunately, those lesser nations aren't generating enough youth players for things to actually progress in a decent fashion. So, it is what it is, isn't it? Let's go to 2083, another 15 years. Let's see if anything else has changed. Okay, so we're back. 2083. Best player in the world is, I got a 180 again. It's Neil Smith, another Gibraltarian. They're currently 34th in the world. Neil Smith playing for Manchester City. And again, nothing really to speak of going down the current abilities. The potentials, though, we've got an Indonesian, Dedi Sinaga for Porto, who is 28. He's unambitious with a 191 potential. He's not made it. So disappointing. Marco Antonio, Brazilian, 184. 183 for Gabriel at Benfica. A Spanish Chilean, Christian Abaruza, Barcelona, 181. He's probably declined from around there. He's now at 159. There's Neil Smith, as we've already just checked in on. Josh Owen, Shabab Al Ali. He's at 123, 179 potential. Fairly determined. I don't know if he ever got there. At 33, I think that's too much of a drop-off down at 123. Oh, dear. Let's check in internationally then. We'll go Euros first. Right, Spain have won the 3 and England have won 1. Spain run up in that. So Spain have been in the final for the last 4 tournaments, beating Portugal, Sweden and Scotland, and then losing to England. They've also won the most recent World Cup, beating Scotland in the final with Chile in 3rd. Brazil beat France, Argentina beat Germany, and Italy beat Argentina. Again, it seems like just the big dogs are representing. And how are we doing in terms of youth rating? Generated players, Spain is still at 1. They're the best team in the world. They've won loads of Euros and they've just won the most recent World Cup. It's just disappointing, isn't it? It's just really, really disappointing. I feel like that we might miss a golden generation or might miss some people. So if I jump more than 15 years, because it's over 15 years for career span, isn't it? So I feel like 15 years has to be the jump. And we're not staying here for too long, so we won't be rumbling on unnecessarily. 2098. Can something happen? I bloody hope so. Oh my God. In terms of current ability, we're at 178. We're not even hitting 180s now. And again, nothing to speak of. Just disappointing. Right, potential. Come on, someone's got to do some potential for me. Oh, here we go. Gibraltar. Anthony Hutchinson, 186. He's resolute. He's a goalkeeper. He's 18. He should get there. We might see Anthony Hutchinson when we come back in 21-13. 2 Spanish at 180, and then that's it. That is it. We've got Jamal Burgess, who is a Barbadosian, who's declared for England. He's gone on loan to Genk. He's at 137 out of 179. He is spirited. He's 21 years old. He's not played enough in his teen years. I don't think he's going to get there. Hey, Khalejdi Hassanaj, North Macedonian, 18 years old, 99 out of 179. Unambitious. North Macedonian. They are almost certainly, yeah. Youth rating of 1? Oh my God, North Macedonia are in the top 80 bloody nations in the world. That's how low down we've had to go in terms of this youth generation. Maybe I should have had some more leagues with 200 loaded. I don't know. But what can you do? We tried. Who's won tournaments then? So again, Spain have just continued. Spain have won 6 of the last 8, coming run up in one of those. So they've been in 7 of the last 8 finals of the Euros. Absolutely ripping it up. World Cups, though, they haven't won one since we were last here. It's been Argentina, England, and Wales once again. 2094, so 4 years ago, Wales won the World Cup. They are currently 7th. In terms of their team, a lot of their team would have probably been here last time, and they're just in the 150s. One player in the 150, should I say. Everyone else is 140s and 130s. They've got a really bad squad. Owen Owens, so good they named him twice. And once again, the world rankings, we've got Chile in 6th, Wales in 7th. Indonesia up there in 14th. We have established that Indonesia have got a max use rating. A couple of these other teams might as well, as we just go down. I mean, Gibraltar there at 33rd, Belgium in 34th, Netherlands in 36th. So a lot of these teams are climbing up, and a lot of these good teams are dropping down. I mean, Germany down in 42nd. Scandinavia really being represented here, 37th, 38th. The Balkans, Croatia down here in 39th. Norway is really, really propping up Scandinavia down in 48th. Not doing great at all. So, yeah, there you go. Right. We're on 13. Oh, we've got a Spanish Chilean, Alejandro Fuentes. 190. Potential ability, 189 current ability. Anthony Hutchinson, there he is at Atletico Madrid. He's been around the houses. He's been at Man United, Dortmund, and then Atletico Madrid. And he's done very well indeed. He's actually got 106 caps for Gibraltar. I wonder if he's helped them on up the leagues. Hengki Payne, Indonesian, at Manchester United at 179. Now, again, that's not the best ability, but that is the best showing that we've had so far. And also propping up this first page, Mohamed Aziz, another Indonesian for Borussia Dortmund. So we're starting to see something 100 years in, or 90 years in, should I say. Gibraltar again, Dan Green. What's the potential saying then? Yeah, just, Klejni Hasanaj, he's been round the houses. He's never made it. He was about 137 last time we were here, wasn't he? Everyone sees his potential. No one sees his personality. Oh dear. Right, Spain, have they continued to dominate the Euros? They bloody have. They absolutely have. 2 more wins. England beating Wales in the 2104 final. A Spainless final. No World Cup though. Oh, no, actually they did win the World Cup in 2098. It was Argentina, then England twice. England beating Spain in the final both times, actually. Spain are, second in the world. Brazil top. England third. Indonesia have broken the top 10, and Gibraltar are on the cusp. Knocking on the door, so to speak. So I'm hoping by the 2170s, which is when we've simulated up to, it's like 150 years, I'm hoping somebody has won a World Cup. So let's keep rattling through. 2180s, Ghana and Portugal. Feel like we stepped back. Not a lot happening. Although we've got a Colombian here, 16 years old, Julio Rodriguez. Again, Colombia, though, they've only got a 1 youth rating, haven't they? Or 5 now. They've been up and down as a national team. Jamie Heather, Gibraltar, 21 years old. He's fairly determined. He's not played enough. Oh, he's spent 2 years at Spurs, being wasted. Yeah, so not a lot's happened here. Let's have a look at Spain. How many more Euros have they won? Oh, just one. Just one, actually. Beating Gibraltar in the final. Oh, you don't love to see it. It'd have been nice. Gibraltar have come so close. They're doing something. I mean, no, Wales have already... Oh, no, Wales have got 1 youth rating, haven't they? So Gibraltar. France have won the last 2 Euros. So, yeah. And the World Cup has been won by Brazil twice. England, I've got Spain run up 4 tournaments in a row, then 3rd twice in a row. They can't stop winning the Euros. They can't bloody buy a World Cup. It's been 30 years since they won a World Cup. 3 in a row for England anyway, 2 for Brazil, but Ghana are back with their 2nd World Cup of the experiment. Look at that, 2 World Cups. They've now got 12 youth generation. I mean, the Copa America has been, since the start of it, has been basically Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, and Chile. Chile once. Not a lot's happened there. The Asian Nations Cup has been basically won by Indonesia and Japan as the main 2. So, yeah. 2143. Oh, Gareth Jackson, Gibraltar. Opted for Gibraltar. He's 24 years old. He is at 189. Potential 188 current. Julio Rodriguez, who we did see, he did make it. He's at 183 out of 192. Maybe he didn't quite make it, actually, but he's gone to PSG and... Oh, what? He played for PSG, and he's been at PSG too. He's never really been given the time of day. Alexis Njok for Real Madrid, a Cameroonian. Radek Scala, a Czechian. But yeah, none of our nations really Fortunately, Ashley Price over here was pretty good. He's Welsh. Yeah, okay, so that's the current abilities. The potentials, anything different? No. We got a unattached regen who's come through who's got no club, he's fickle, but he's bloody good. Yeah. Jamie Heather, retiring at 36 years old. He went to Barcelona in the end after being wasted at Spurs. He was a spell at Dortmund. A semi-successful spell at Dortmund, to be fair, and Barcelona, so he saved his career. And Spain are back to winning ways. Wales won the Euros again. Spain have won 2 more. Denmark runners up twice. Madness. And the World Cup, well, again, Brazil, England twice, and Portugal. Gibraltar in 3rd in the 2130 World Cup, so they're close, but no cigar. They're currently 12th in the world. Indonesia have fallen away, down to 29th. Disappointing. Okay, the penultimate jump. 2158 then. 179 is the best player in the world. It's Mohamed Gomez. He's wanted. He's 26. Second nationality of Gambia. 2 Gibraltars though. 1 for Man City and 1 for Real Madrid. That's nice to see. Maybe Gibraltar might have done something. What's the potential saying then? Ruben Ortiz has got the best potential in the world as Spanish. Dave Reynolds is up there at 183. He's at Spurs. He's been signed. He's 21 though. I don't think he's going to make it. Edgar, he's played a lot. I think maybe he's slipped. I don't know. He's fairly determined. Maybe he didn't quite get there. We'll see. Well, we won't see, but you know. No, nothing else really to say at this point. But I'm feeling Gibraltar. I'm feeling them. Let's have a look at Spain. Any more Euros for Spain? Yeah, another one. Another 2. Sorry. England and Netherlands as well, making up the 4 in this jump. Wow. Look at that. 3 World Cups in a row for Portugal. And then England most recently. Oh, Portugal had won it last time. So yeah, they won another 2. Scotland runner up in 2150. And we're about to enter the World Cup now. Gibraltar are currently 9th in the world. I think all our hopes rest on Gibraltar. The loaded nation. Because I don't know where Indonesia have got to. They had a spell. 34th. Ah, the final jump. Let's go. This final jump was 19 years. It's slightly longer than the previous 15s, but you know, it is what it is. Tunisia, 186, best player in the world, Fedi Mubrouk. Mohamed Al Mansouri, Libya, 184 out of 189. Virgil Rijgil, Surinamese. All 4 of these are top players with the best current ability in the world are playing for Atletico Madrid. And Atletico Madrid got another 2 here. They've won 15 Champions Leagues. I thought Atletico Madrid would be on an absolute tear. They're not even on a tear in the Spanish league. This is the thing, isn't it? So how many of these players are the best in the world? So many of them. Potential ability though, Ruben Ortiz, he's actually on the way down. He's at Atletico Madrid as well, 191. James Jarvis at Links and Gibraltar, 18 years old. He could get there. Fairly determined, he definitely could. Again. Oh, here we go. We've got Hamdan Zakaria. He's 29. Atletico Madrid again. How good's Atletico Madrid's squad? Unbelievable. Can't believe how good it is. Hence, that's why it's unbelievable, Jay. Yep, brilliant analysis. Okay, so Euros. Oh, well. 2164 and Gibraltar did it. Spain won one in 2160. Then Gibraltar in 2164. And then England have won the last 2. But have a look at that. Gibraltar winning a Euros. And that's all we wanted. Well, actually, we wanted a lot more. We wanted the world of football to change and so many obscure nations to win things. Sadly, that wasn't the case. So, yeah. If you've got any ideas of how to tweak this and make this slightly more mental, then, yeah, let me know in the comments down below. I hope you've enjoyed this one. It was meant to be a lot more mad and chaotic than it was. It just actually turned out to be almost like a little bit of a beg fest in the end, like begging something to happen. Begging for one of the teams to actually do well. And thank you, Gibraltar. The league I had loaded finally coming through clutch in the 2160s. So yeah, I won't keep you for any longer. Thanks for watching. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Like and subscribe and all that jazz as well.